Welcome back to the Tasteless LAN party. Here we see our first fundraising goal. The Nintendo 64 with StarCraft. We're hoping to get a show match with the pros if we can raise $4,200 US dollars and 69 cents. We're already getting along pretty far with that. Thank you guys for the support. We love you. You're awesome. We just wrapped up a Terran versus Terran. The games were really good, but it was a bit one-sided. Josh. Right in front of the camera. It's unbelievable.
Oh, my God. He's such a professional. Oh, boy.
So we just finished that TBT. Light did come out on top with a 2-3-0, excuse me. Up next, we've got SoulKey versus Snow.
Something that I think me and Jake will actually be able to talk about a little bit more than that last match. I think
we at least got a Zerg and a
Protoss we at least can relate to the races a little bit here.
No, right. When we started the show, we had you guys here. I'm like, oh, this is putting you guys on the spot, isn't it? Having this TBT, these games that go on forever that you know nothing about. But yeah, this should be a fun one.
You didn't get the chance to show off the controllers.
Let's hold these controllers, man.
Yeah,
let's grab them.
Let's see how you hold it.
Well, I wanted to actually mention, right, because we all played the James Bond game, right?
GoldenEye, 007.
GoldenEye, that's what it was called.
GoldenEye now.
And I held the controller like this when I played.
You did like this, just two? You did not.
I held it like this, and the way, like,
that's why he didn't get out of facility. But
I beat it on.
I never figured
out 007 mode.
I never figured out how to get out of the vents in the bathroom on facility. It was just going like this.
Well, actually, I had to learn how to, like, what I ended up doing, because this was so stupid, because eventually I played it with other people from my school, because, like, I'm so good at GoldenEye and stuff, and so I eventually played it and found out that everyone held it like this. I was like, that makes more sense, because when I had to open doors, I'd be running towards the door, and I'd switch thumbs and open the door like that. I kid you not. That's how I played.
We were getting a crazy insight to your mind where you looked at a controller with 3 handles and picked the 2-direction paths. That is insane.
I think it was more tasteless. This is like a gun, right? And so it should be in my right hand because I'm right-handed. You buffoon. Like, this is what made sense. At the end of the day, maybe not, because they put all the colorful buttons over here.
This was the
to attract
button,
people like you to hold it on that
Why
side.
not hold it like this then or something?
Oh, like you did Southpaw? You're like, look at me. I'm a Southpaw gamer. Wow.
You got your trigger hand still, right?
As you guys can see, we're already at $1,426. If we do get to our goal, we'll be doing this show match at the end of the second day, I believe, unless we change something here. But, yeah, we're ready to go into our game. I guess our pro gamers have requested we start this. This is Snow versus SoulKey, a best-of-5 to see who goes on to the finals to fight Light. And, of course, we do have the third place, fourth place match as well. So Barracks will be playing tomorrow. Let's go into the game. Whoa! Crazy Nexus.
Look at that play.
That's what we're paying Tasteless the big bucks for.
That's what's going on, yeah. At the Tasteless LAN party, the Nexus is enshrined in diamonds. Are you trying to tell me that Nintendo 64 didn't cost over $4,000, Tasteless? Looks like I'm busted. I gotta run to Switzerland and get plastic surgery and hide, and then find out that $4,000 won't last me very long there.
Oh God.
Okay. So
were we on camera in the last one?
Sometimes. Only when we looked at our worst.
Okay.
Because it was just I was sitting there, and I'm like, just, I hunched over, just rubbing my belly while we cast the games. And I'm like, oh, okay. Sit up straight. So, yeah, we are going to be starting this out with both Snow and SoulKey here at the bottom. SoulKey going to go with the Overlord Scout and find Snow right away. Snow going for fast expand, and it looks like it's going to be a gateway first.
What's the whole meme between gateway and forge first? Because I know that for a while forge first was like a thing in Brood War, right?
Forge lets you build cannons.
Okay, thank
Gateway
you, thank you, Jake. Now this is the top tier Zerg play. This is the code S level Zerg play.
Go at it right at the start.
They're not quite the
tactics
same.
I needed.
So basically, the Forge was the original fast expand build, and like if they get super greedy, you can cannon rush on some spots, but really that's not. It's mostly so that you can get a cannon at your base to defend and get a Nexus.
Yeah. So like we're seeing a gateway first now. Is he trying to do like a bunch of like Zealot pressure with it, or is he just gonna still expand. Like, because in StarCraft 2, like, you just get a gateway and you just don't do anything with it for a while.
So with this, and this is like the more modern approach. I guess we were saying that when Remastered came out. I guess it's not that. I mean, it's just kind of part of the game now. But when we first came back, it was crazy. So you're gonna kill this.
Whoa.
Whoa. Ooh, gamer.
Something tells me that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, losing the probe right away is actually a huge deal. Basically, you want to send zealots out, and you try to gauge how many lings they have. Maybe you hide a zealot, maybe you don't. You keep them guessing. But the problem with this build is it's hard to do, especially if you can't scout. He lost his probe, so like now you can't count how many lings are there, and it's pretty bad for Snow.
He sent the second one though, so it's fine.
One more quick question: if SoulKey and Snow cast together, would they be SoulKey or SoulCow?
They'd have to be SoulCow. That's the only
Soul Cow, dude.
That's the only.
You don't like SoulKey? I actually kind of I lean towards SoulKey.
SoulKey's worse. SoulCow means something, you know. SoulKey means nothing.
Tastosis means nothing.
Yeah. We looked it up. Tastosis wasn't in the dictionary. We were very surprised after we named ourselves that.
How come Tasteless' name comes first?
I know.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I
Well,
gotta tell you, this
I'm like,
was
that should be obvious, but I guess you're gonna make it weird because Dan's here. But
that really bothered me back in the MLG days, man. It was always Tasis and Artosis, never Artosis and Tasteless.
yeah, I almost thought about putting Tasteless again at the end there, so it'd just be Tasteless, Artosis, Tasteless, and he'd just be trapped in the middle, no matter how you do it.
I mean, Artosis starts with an A, and that comes first, so.
Yeah, that's how we do it. We alphabetize. In someone's crazy brain somewhere, that
I
makes sense.
use the Dewey Decimal System myself, but okay.
So, you know, the Lings are going to come in here, do a lot of pressure. This is a bit uncomfortable here by SoulKey, and he wasn't able to deny this hatchery. We're going to see if the Zealot can do anything else.
Is this only because the probe died and he didn't actually know how many lings were being made?
Yeah, I think he was put on the defense. And there's actually more Lings coming in here. This game could end, like, pretty quickly. One of the problems with going for the Gateway Expand is that, like,
That's a lot of lings.
You're so beholden to not losing your Zealots or probes. You know, once you lose one, you're like, well, I don't know what's going on. I mean, and so he's got the
Wow.
Wow.
That was sick.
That was beautiful.
That was very impressive. Okay, he's
Whoa.
got his two Zealots coming in over here. And nicely done. This is...
Who's winning right now?
It's hard to say. I feel like the Zerg is a little bit ahead here. I mean, the Forge hasn't started. You can make a battery and not lose the game, but you're sort of getting behind, like, in general.
There's a lot of Lings coming
this is
over.
quite a few Zerg
I
wings.
think
Like-
Snow is in trouble.
Is SoulKey actually, like, all in with this?
Here, someone hold this controller while we're just on camera here.
Okay,
Oh, no, it's too
okay.
late. I was just going to say, like, people are going to tune in when they're on Twitch and just see this and be like, these guys are playing each other right now. and talking. These insane games. Now we get back on here as we cast this.
There we go.
All right, the joke's done. You can take us back off. Thank you. So the Lings are gathered up out here. And I don't know, if I was SoulKey, or Snow, I'd be pretty uncomfortable right now.
I mean, his gas has only just started. It feels like that's not. Well, okay, it's almost done. Never mind.
No,
I lied.
it's
Oh, he has a Forge now.
yeah, he's got a Forge coming here, and I actually thought he didn't have the Forge. He made it in the main. Sorry, he's going to have to make a core here if he's going to block this off. But this has been a pretty turbulent game to start things off.
What do you think he's going to go for? Is we going to get just like a big +1 Zealot pressure? Are we going to go like straight into Corsairs or something? Or
I mean, that's the big question. But I mean, we're going to see in a second. We need that core to come along here, and the real advantage that Zerg has is because all the tech's like a little bit late. Whatever Zerg decides to do, that starts before the Protoss can probably know. So, I mean, there's a couple ways to look at this. You could look at it and be like, you know, I'm going to get a Stargate and try to scout and figure out what's going on, or I want to just try to play more of a blind pressure game. And it looks like SoulKey is going to play very middle of the road. He's just going to get a Spire and try to, you know, counter everything else that's coming. And these 5 Zealots that are coming out here, the whole idea with this is that you can plow through the Lings and figure out what's happening at the natural and scout the tech there.
What if they just walk right by each other?
Ooh, what if they do a little switcheroo? A little Uno Reverso.
oh,
What
that
about
one
that?
Ling.
Did that Ling see it?
I don't know.
That Ling saw. Did he?
Well, that Ling in the main base sees nothing back at home though, so he should probably know there's something over here.
This is a lot of Lings, man.
Yeah, well, this is not intended to like win the fight. He wants to basically get here.
Just sits
Well,
behind
these
the
are
minerals.
invincible
Yeah.
now, so
Yeah.
So
this
the wide zealot meme, just like
that's-
walking past everything. We're gonna sit here now.
Yeah, and this is a problem for the Zerg because those are wedged back there. It's like you can't leave. Oh, this is
I
really-
was
that looks
just-
we gotta build
ridiculous.
a sunk.
I was
Yep.
just going to ask, why don't you build a sunk against this?
Oh, look, now we got to move.
Yeah, now he brings him out, and
Look
Just
at that
kidding.
line.
This-
They're dancing. They're going
now
back
he's just
and
going to
forth.
stay away from the sunk over there. There's going to have to be like a second sunken colony made.
Then he's gonna go back to the
Dude, is
others.
that Zealot Wall link proof?
I mean, he really can't get in
This
there.
looks so ridiculous.
I think that zealot's in range of that sunk.
Yeah.
So.
But
Oh,
I think,
Well,
look at that.
think again.
Are you kidding me?
we better build another one.
Dude, what
All
am
right.
I
Is he gonna
looking at? You need lurkers to clear those out of there. That's see, he throws down the Hydro Stent. SoulKey does everything I tell him to, man.
Oh, he got a drone and he gets out.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
It's like
so
poking in.
good. This is crazy because basically he took these to try to figure out what's going on, and then he looks and he's like,
Wait a
I'll just
minute.
fit him back here.
Dude, if he had a StarCraft 2 shield battery back there with those,
Oh
this game
my
would be over.
god. Oh my god.
Okay, he scouts the Scourge. He's going to have to go back immediately.
Well, you know you forced mutas, or at least one muta at this point, right?
The one muta for clearing these zealots.
Yeah. You got to do it.
There they are.
Two.
Watch
That's
how long
going to
this
take
goes.
all day, though. Again, if you had a shield battery, this would be over.
You might as well send them in. No, get some drones. Oh, there they
Yeah,
go.
there he goes.
See that? I'm a pro gamer.
Damn.
Then the
Toad-ass.
lings come in, man. Just takes longer. The mutas are going to go to his base quicker.
I see. So I was wrong, is what you're saying.
Always.
I almost lost my casting privileges earlier.
I know. Tasteless was flexing his muscle. He was like banning no regret. Me and Gemini said that we would quit if he couldn't cast this game with us. Tasteless
with
told us
four.
we can't make a union, but he can in fact cast.
Oh, my God. I mean, the Zealot menace is over, man, but, like, he is the Zealot racket over there by the natural has ended. But SoulKey, I don't think he's in terrible shape, to be honest.
Yeah, it didn't really seem like it did anything other than just make it really awkward and force the fucking, what is it called? Sunken colony.
Uh-oh,
There
he
we go.
just said it.
There he goes again.
Did you
There
call
he
it a
goes.
spine? Do you even care about Brood War?
How dare you use StarCraft 2 knowledge?
You really see his passion when he casts StarCraft 2, but when he casts Brood War, man, I just really don't see it. He just doesn't keep up with the meta.
Oh, my God.
Holy crap. Yeah, it didn't really seem like it did that much. He got his mutas out. How many Corsairs are there?
4.
Four.
I think he's going to make a 5th one. When you get up to 5 and you get the +1, then they're like, they can gun down Scourge as they come in. But, I mean, so far, I mean, can we check how many hatches actually SoulKey's at here? Where's he at in development? He's got 2 there, 1 in the main. And okay, so he's going 5 hatch.
Wait,
So he
let's
make-
do the math on that. 2 + 2.
5. There you
That's
go.
5, yeah.
You guys are both wrong. 4 hatches and a layer. Idiots.
Damn, you got us.
Damn, Terran players really are just smarter than everybody, man.
Well, we have the basic ability to count and sometimes read, so yes.
Uh-oh, there's no observer or no overlord.
Dude, that's a lot of Hydras right there.
Yeah,
but
but
that
that's
DT.
one DT.
That DT just
That's
going to
one
sidestep through
DT.
everything and kill every single
Oh,
Hydra?
look, now
Holy
he's
crap.
running. Yep. So you remember
Wow.
when I said the DT was the hardest unit to control?
Imagine.
I
he
think
does
that
not have
Snow
an
forgot
overlord.
he had. He's like, why are they running? That's how little micro there was there.
Thank you for explaining the joke.
I just wanted to make sure you guys got how deep that really was. I know Terran jokes are hard to comprehend.
I gotta learn counting before I get your jokes.
I know. I know you do, buddy.
He's going to go up to 6 hatches here. I thought he might just like try to power up into Lurker and go for a contain, but he's going to be going for fights, man. Dude, so many gates now.
How many gates?
So many. It's as many as it is a Wraith dies fast.
Jake, let's have you count the gates, please.
How many gates?
Oh my God!
How many
Takes
in
us
the
at
main
more
right
or
here?
less than how many fingers you have.
If I start playing Terran, will I get better at counting? How does it work exactly?
Oh, the DD's going all the way up here. Wow. It's on a
5
journey.
Hydra kills. Oh, no.
Oh, there's the Overlord that could have seen it. Jesus Christ.
So far out of position. What's
Can't
happening?
believe that.
Wow. This a lot of Hydras.
That is a lot of
Yeah,
Hydras.
this is where I don't see the
So-
Templars yet.
He has Templars sitting back, at least, yeah, a couple there.
Yeah, he probably needs to get one or two more before he can break out here. But they're both actually playing pretty conservatively. I mean, they're both basically trying to get ready for a fight. Nobody's like taken another base yet. But I think the Zerg might be doing that pretty soon. But this is the important moment because if lurkers can contain here, you can kind of just drag the game down to a halt, and there's not a whole lot they can do with it. But here comes Snow. He's going to push out now.
Oh, the Overlord's dead. Where's
There-
that one DT?
The DT is still on the top left, I think. I don't think he brought it back.
Oh.
He never made another one. though.
That didn't feel like that good of an engagement, though.
No, that
Yeah.
was pretty bad. That was like he lost a lot of the push power that he needed later on. And so this is going to be a problem here. I mean, I think we saw lurkers morphing. I don't know if they're going to be outside the natural just yet, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's going to be rough.
I don't think Zealots are very good against DTs.
Zealots are good against DTs.
I don't
think that matters in this game, but
Sorry, Zealots against Lurkers. My brain's not.
Zealots are
Too much counter.
they're like
Yeah.
good for like 2 seconds and then they disappear. Like they're better than Marines are, if that makes sense. But like you think it's gonna go
What's
fine.
not, though, am I right? Except the Wraith, of course.
But yeah, I mean, when the Zealots come out, once they start to try to hold their ground, the lurkers will wipe them out. So a lot of times you'll see maneuvers like this where it's just the Templars and just the Dragoons coming out.
It's kind of nice he sniped the Templar there even after they stormed to at least get some value because I guess the Zealot Dragoon is not that important to go for. He's going to break out. The over. Oh, there's no. Wait, get a
maybe
DT.
not.
Where's that
yeah.
DT?
Get the DT.
Where is it?
Oh,
Look
that
at
storm
Observer.
was
Look
crazy.
at
Observer.
Wow, that's
the
Observer,
Observer
micro is
micro.
great.
That's that DT's brother, man.
The Observer.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's really sad because it's a robot.
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting out.
That's what
Yeah.
happens. You know the lore that when DTs die, they come back as observers.
Oh, my God.
All right, he kind of breaks out that spot, but he doesn't really have much left. Is he actually able to take a third?
He's got to take a third. I mean,
most of what I
about-
watch of Brood War is Artosis
Hey, let's-
stream, and he doesn't really ever take thirds. So I'm just curious. I'm curious when the third actually comes in.
Dude,
for
if I
Snow
was
here.
a Protoss, I'd have 5 bases right now against SoulKey.
So it's like I would have 5/3.
Is it a fraction or is it a number of bases? That's up to you to decide.
How do we count that?
So he's been pushed back. I think that Snow, if he doesn't actually get control of this game, he's just going to lose. I mean, this fourth base matters because it just shows that the development is going to be there soon. But the reality is, if the contain can't be broken, the Protoss never gets a second base. And can we do a mineral check on what Snow has? He doesn't have that much, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
This
that's
is going to
getting
mine
low.
out.
His Corsairs aren't going to group up for
he's
much longer.
back.
The DT. But there's an Overlord. Oh,
Oh, no, he's
There's
dead.
no
the
place
storm
for lurkers.
Storm.
Ah.
Storm. Oh no. Okay.
Oh no, the whole
Hey,
family's
Storm,
gone.
The DT finally comes back when there is an Overlord.
This communication.
This game is like why SoulKey is so scary in this matchup.
Yeah. Well, he makes it look effortless, really.
Who's
And-
favored in this?
I mean, I think it would be pretty even. I mean, would you agree, Artosis? I feel like these guys are fairly.
I think SoulKey right now is a little bit stronger than Snow. I think generally, they actually oftentimes have lots of games, but if you just look at this season of ASL, for instance, SoulKey, I think, looked a bit better.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I think in the past, Snow might have looked a little bit better. Maybe that's where I was kind of leaning towards Snow, but when you point out this last season, it's like, no, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, SoulKey was pretty damn good this last season.
And so, one thing for the Zerg that's not great is this isn't like a really wide arc that he's at. But it's still going to be tough to break through here. He's got a shuttle. I don't know if he had Reaver Tech. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. So what he wants to do is, if he can, maybe fill that up with 4 Zealots and send that into the main. But
Did that DT end up dying?
he's dead.
Yeah.
And so did the Observer die. The whole family's gone.
Oh,
It's pretty sad.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
Man. It's still,
Here we go.
What is
was
in there?
that?
Zealots?
Definitely Zealots. Maybe a DT.
dude, that was a
Certainly not
cancel, I think.
Dragoons, but just covering my bases.
Not Dragoons, thank you.
What if it's an Observer?
Yeah. Then this game needs to be patched. Imagine that. Then I would probably win my games if I had a shuttle I could hide my ops in when it gets attacked and it pops back out.
God. Observer shuttle
Yeah.
micro.
It's like a carrier, but for vision.
He's going to break this.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Wow, that is impressive. But
A
his
lot of the
army
army,
is so
yeah.
small. I think that SoulKey can just kill it with a rally.
Yeah, I think the Zealot drop really pulled him out of position here, but now everything gets to come back again. And, I mean, there's like a ragtag army here. He's going to have, what, 1 storm? If it even gets off, it's just saying hello to the Hydras. Okay, it doesn't have any energy.
Yeah.
Nice job, Gemini.
Thanks.
You think he
this-
wouldn't storm? Come on.
Dude, he's like definitely, I think, about to lose. I mean, he put up a pretty good fight. That's it. GG. Game 1 goes to SoulKey. Impressive. Very impressive from SoulKey.
he played really well. Snow, I'm really unable to break out. I think that, I don't know, I've been watching too much Rain lately, so I almost feel like I can't really comment because everyone I see, I'm like, you should have made more Dragoons. It's like,
Yeah.
you should just play like Rain.
He's got a very solid play style, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. And
Now that I'm actually holding this, I'm realizing how absolutely ridiculous this is. Like,
yeah,
you
or the
literally
fact
two
that
different
Artosis
direction
ever
paths.
approached the game like this is madness.
Let's dance in the middle of the
This
game
is a
as much as
betrayal.
possible.
Yeah, look at this
I saw Dan
Fisher
was pretty
Price
happy
toy
that you
freak
picked it up
of a
like that.
controller for the Nintendo 64. By the way, guys, at the top of our screen, we've got a donation goal. If we get to our donation goal, we are going to have a StarCraft Nintendo 64 match. It's plugged in. We tested it last night. We even have the what is it called? The memory pack, external memory
Expansion pack.
Expansion pack, so we can do the multiplayer. So we hope you guys, will support that. We're going to get ready and go into Game 2. Are we rotating anybody in and out, or should we just get right into it?
One of us getting kicked off?
No, but
Was our
scan.
casting that bad?
Well, ultimately, one of you guys does have to get kicked off so the other person can come in. So the truth is,
All
yeah.
right,
But
get Scan over here.
hey, Scan.
I can get up for one.
You want to get for one? Okay. Is Scan here? Hey, Scan.
If Scan wants to, I can get up too. I don't care. Would you want to take a break?
Look, man, there's only so many times I can tie my shoes while you 3 blabber on about Zealots versus Hydras.
Do you want to cast this one? All right, cool. Scan's going to tap in here. You're right over there, Scan. And Artosis could not have made more sound with that microphone. Next time you take that off, you just rub it all over your shirt. You get out of the desk. You make it sound like you're jumping out of a helicopter, man. Like, welcome, Scan. Thank you for being here. Are we ready to go into the game, Ziggy? It's kind of fun having the observer back there. Look at him.
Hey, Ziggy, can you say hi to us?
You can't.
He doesn't have a mic.
Oh, well, he can wave. Look at that. He's right there. That's so
All right,
cool.
guys, we're going to hop into this game. This is Game 2. Right now, SoulKey with a 1-0 lead versus Snow here.
So basically, that whole game was lost because of the probe at the beginning, right?
No, not the whole game, but he got into a bad spot, and he just got slowed down. And I thought Snow did a good job getting those Zealots wedged in there. But
That was the most ridiculous.
the thing
looking
is, what Snow was going for kind of stops that anyways, because mutas are going to just beat those Zealots, you know?
Yeah. Was there something he should have done better after that? I mean, he kind of delayed him a little bit, but not really. So,
I don't know.
what made it so hard for him to actually get out?
I mean, Lurker Contains can just be very strong, you know. I mean,
They're just busted. They're broken.
In a perfect game, not busted or broken, but if you get slowed down and you're not completely ready for what's coming, it can be difficult. Did you get a chance to see that last game, Scan?
Well, I wasn't paying attention at the last second of
no
the
worries.
game, but I saw the early stage of the game. Snow made a show better in the early stage of the game, and then later on he moved out with the 5 Zealot or 6 Zealot and pressuring SoulKey, but I think I saw it did not do that much of a damage, and somehow SoulKey just took a lot of advantage after killing those Zealot, didn't he?
Yeah, it seems like he took a lot. By the way, was that a 9 pool or is that over pool?
That is the 9 pull speed.
I feel like people don't do this build that much anymore.
No, they don't. They
What's
honestly
going on?
don't.
Why is it bad?
Well, so this was one of the oldest builds. Like when people were really learning the game, is you just get link speed right away, and you can like kind of win fights, and they can't scout you and stuff. But I feel like now it's more of like a cheese. Like you see it on ladder, and then you just know to defend and not leave your base and stuff.
Unfortunately, he's getting it last too.
The thing is, you can just die with the gate opening with this.
It's going to just be like that last game where like the Lings were just dancing all over the place, but now they have speed instead.
Yeah, and the way that I think Protoss wants to handle this is you just immediately get a Forge and like plug up the entrance. But
Yeah, that should be the right solution to defend this 9-pull speed, because if he immediately puts down the Nexus after making 2 Zealot, he's not going to have enough time to put down the Forge and put down the Photon.
we just saw it. That's so
see
good.
those Zergling moving up, but there's no Natural being more.
he's got to get back. He's got to get this wall in. So this is scary because even though they can't get through the wall in, they can attack the gateway on the outside. And like StarCraft 1 Speedlings are probably like the best unit in the game. Like they're really hard to micro against.
You can't like just do like the juggle back and forth thing like in StarCraft 2 where you kind of like keep the 12 pull Lings off your gate a little bit with a probe. Like,
And yeah, it's like Zealots and Probes are good, but like if you like the Zealot gets stuck outside and it gets surrounded.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
He's gonna try. He's got 2 now.
Oh no.
Those Zerglings are pretty much knocking that door, and he's already peeled,
Wow,
he
that was
already
ambitious.
peeled off all those shield. I mean, it's just a couple hits away of taking down the gateway, but those probes are defending
Wow,
that
was
way
nice. Yeah.
really, really well. Okay, there's a third Zealot just
Oh,
popped out.
surround.
Get it to the corner.
Oh, Snow's so good. Is this gate gonna fall? I don't think it is.
Oh, that's a lot more extra Lings coming in
Now
now.
he might be able to make a Forge right behind it, right when it dies.
Well,
like
his
you
probe's not in position to do that.
Zergling gets in.
All those idle probes, he's like microing so hard he can't get back. It's like, shit, I forgot the other half of the game. Well, it's only 2 Lings in, so it's not the worst thing in the world, I guess. It's not.
Well, 2 Lings in the main can basically endlessly run.
Yeah.
From the Zealots, you can try to hit probes, and just slowing the probes down is like enough.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how Snow wants to play the game from here. He needs to have at least one Zealot basically chasing this and see little snipes like that.
Yeah. It's so annoying.
It's funny because probes are pretty good units, like to be microed, but they're so much worse than Speedlings.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. That would be pretty broken if they were actually better than Speedlings.
I thought the 9-pull speed is just kind of like
Oh,
a
you got one.
semi-all-in,
You
and
got
if
one.
you start falling
Okay.
off after failing that 9-pull speed, but it looks like he managed to keep up the game really, really well. I mean, he does have that third expansion being morphed at the 6 o'clock, and
Yeah.
his lair already started, but you can see Snow does not have the cybernetic score yet. It just now started.
Yeah, the only thing I worry about for SoulKey here is like you start out with so few drones, and the only thing the Protoss can do to try to compete with the Zerg in this situation is, I mean, obviously don't lose probes, but also just keep making probes the whole time. You've stopped making so much to get the Speedlings out, and so you're just like trying to make more and more probes and try to stabilize on your side. But you know, any Zerg is always going to take a moment where the Lings get in the main and just run around. Also, you're scouting, right? You can't do anything surprising like a double Stargate right there, or you know anything weird.
Yeah.
So you're kind of taking away a lot of the options.
Is that something that you would like feel like you have to do to get in a decent spot, or like Scan, you said it's like kind of totally fine, almost like he kind of recovered pretty well from it, so it doesn't seem like he has to take some kind of huge risk or anything, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I'm seeing the Stargate and the Spire are almost nearly identical, and I feel like SoulKey is not going to be losing any of the Overlord because of how late the Stargate is compared to the Spire tech timing, and because of the early speed link that he got in early stage of the game. I mean, those probe. Well, he just threw another probe to draw the attention on the right side of the center of the map, and then somehow he will be sneaking in one of the probe, and SoulKey wasn't paying attention.
Oh, that's actually good. Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of
That's
crazy.
That's
like
amazing.
The fact that
He just comes right in. It's like
I
right when the
just-
Spire's
Yeah,
about to finish.
I want to point this out. Like, you know, the thing about 9-pull speed that's so good is you can always catch
Yeah,
the
I
probe.
was gonna say.
And so you are playing in the dark, and therefore you're catching. The
Yeah.
fact that he went all the way across the map and just got in, it's like.
Well, what if I just scout everything? Well,
Yeah.
I'm great now. This is amazing.
So the Zealots are going to come down now.
And here's the one thing that we have to take a look at Zerg's build order would be how fast the second extractor is. And the meaning of that second extractor is that if there's no Hydroden whatsoever and having the second extractor, Zerg is most likely SoulKey will be preparing for the Muta switch after those 4 Zealot pressure. And he did gas supply block, but once those 2 overlords or maybe maximum 3 overlords just pops off from the egg, then he will be making those 5 mutalisks instantly.
Yeah, and it's
Is that the same link?
That is the same.
yeah, the
link.
same link. No, it's
Holy
insane.
crap.
You don't really get anything that can actually
insane.
get it. You can make a cannon and they
That's
just like don't go
so
near.
crazy.
Yeah.
Because like in StarCraft 2, eventually you get an adept or something, and you can eventually kill the one thing that's finally,
No, you
running
just
all
don't
over
get
the
anything. It's ridiculous. Like
That's
any game that I
crazy.
play and a Ling gets in my base like that, I immediately have the impulse to leave the game.
place. Oh, we're pulling drones to kill off these
Oh,
zealots
yeah.
here. SoulKey really feels like this is a bit of
Oh,
a
here
problem.
we
Does
go.
it
Not again.
No, you did it again.
We
You did it again.
fast.
Wow.
Getting the extractor is pretty big, right?
Yeah, that's actually
huge.
It's probably wasn't the plan, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you might as
It
well.
almost never is,
wasn't
but
the
yeah, he
plan.
gets in
Go
there. And he's like,
ahead. Damn. Get a drone, step back, gets the extractor. That drone's just like, wow, my life
yeah,
is meaninless.
you see the
Oh,
drone
God.
completely stunned because he wasn't able to get in. Oh, and there's one zealot's gonna go by.
Oh, he's getting in there too.
Oh,
Gets in the main. That's pretty nice.
look
Split
at
the
this.
attention a little bit.
he can run that behind the minerals.
Just put everything
Yeah,
behind the minerals.
everything.
He's going to get some Dragoons, eventually put those behind the minerals,
Yeah.
gets a Reaver, drop that behind the minerals.
Nicely trading off before the mutalisk pops out. And yeah, SoulKey did lose lots of mining time. And let's take a look at Snow's build. Does he have Templar Archive?
I mean, he must, right?
Yeah, there is a
There it
Templar
is.
Archive.
It's kind of a funny
Based.
spot to put it in. He's got Corsairs. He might want to get another cannon. I'm not sure. I do feel like at this moment the Zerg may be tempted to like just mass Muta Scourge.
Are we going to see the return of
Ogre
Ogre
Zerg
Gamer?
just kind of come in and clobber him. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I think that Snow's in a much better spot. Let's keep in mind that this started with a 9-pool, right? So it's
Right.
not like the Zerg had as many drones. So, I mean, it wasn't that catastrophic on Snow's side. So I think I think he has much more viability as the game goes on. I think he won't get stuck on 2 bases.
That'd be good. See more than just someone stuck in their base trying to break
Yeah,
out of it 3 times
my
and failing
favorite
each time.
StarCraft games are just Protoss is trapped by lurkers and losing. You know.
Now we understand when Artosis complains about just sitting there with an arc every single game. Finally, we can make a comparison.
Oh, it's Ogre
Wow.
Zerg Gamer.
Ooh.
He's coming.
Oh, shit. Does he know?
He's going to know in a second.
Oh.
What?
Oh,
Nice.
he sees it. He saw the side of the Ogre Club. There's so many Scourge. So he can end up chasing you just literally into like the corner of the map and where you could just get executed.
That's crazy. That's ridiculous.
Oh, no, and he's going to run right by.
And the Corsairs are getting sniped, but we...
Oh,
every
Corsairs are gone.
single one. Yikes.
Well, seems like a base race scenario where you kill opponents natural, but you are losing your
Oh
third
my god, that
expansion.
Archon.
But that Archon
this
gotta
is-
do some work.
The problem is that the Mutas can run from the Archon
Yeah.
forever.
The
Yeah.
third
So-
expansion's not
Archon's
going
just
to
like
die
slowly,
either.
like, please come to my
Yeah.
grasp.
It just becomes like a Tom and Jerry cartoon or something. Okay, so the Mutas were pulled back for a second here.
oh, that's
Nice work, Archon. Archon steps on a rake and it just hits him right in the nose, like, slips on a banana peel. So the problem is that the Mutas can basically just avoid the Archon. The Archon's a pretty responsive unit, but the Muta, I think, is the most responsive unit in the game.
Yeah, look at that.
Another
Zerglings
Corsair went
chasing
down,
in
too.
now, getting the Archon,
my
and it looks like
God.
he's trying to end the game here. I mean,
Yeah,
he just doesn't want Snow to keep up the game anymore.
Here the
Look, Alex.
Dragoons come, like, what's going on, guys? Oh!
There's still Scourge coming, but there's not been a single other Corsair being built. It's like they just all died before. I mean, he's got 3 Dragoons. This feels a bit cope.
Yeah, I mean, it's very tough to recover from this position. I think that you're pretty much, if no cannons can be made in this natural expansion, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? There's no way for the game to go on, and more Lings are going to come down. Yeah, that's it. GG.
Wow.
Another 2. Man, we might have just 2 3-0s here for the Brood War matches, man.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
insanely,
Wow.
insanely good. How SoulKey is playing.
Yeah.
And we were just saying that like Snow looked like he was actually in a pretty decent spot too. Like it wasn't like it was going to
Yeah.
be a complete wash. He was actually going to take a 3rd base, something that we haven't seen much so far. But
Yeah, it's the fact that he left and then the Lings and the Mutas actually got into the natural, and
If he was just sitting home, would he be fine?
well, he wouldn't. I mean, he wouldn't have died to that for sure.
Yeah.
The army would just kill it. I understand the need to try to put pressure on, but you got to be careful because when you get ahead like that, the Zerg is actually looking for a moment to just end the game. You know, the 9 pool didn't end the game. He got a bunch of mutas. He got a bunch of Scourge. He came in, and yeah, just got him out of position. When the cannons fall, it's really easy for the whole game to fall apart here. Are we ready for game? Are we going? Okay, countdown's already started. Perfect, guys. This is game 3. So far, it is a 2-0 right now for SoulKey versus Snow. He has not lost a game. We're going to see if Snow can come back.
Just Fighting Spirit.
No, this is a polypoid.
Dude, all these maps in Brewer look exactly the same on the mini map. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, that is kind of true. Like, at a distance, it's not very clear.
Even when I'm looking at it right close up and I'm playing the game, I can't
Oh, yeah, no,
tell
when
the
I'm playing the
difference.
game, I'm like, I'm on Eclipse, and I'm like, I'm on Largo, bottom left.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I actually have that.
Yeah, you
built.
know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about here.
Do you guys ever have it where you're playing and then you like decide that you're in the spawn location from the previous game? Like you think you're in the top right and then you realize you're in the bottom right?
I do that with maps
that
where
actually,
the spawn position
You have
looks
that?
the same. Like there's some maps where the spawn position will look the same in every spot, so
Yeah.
but I don't look at the bottom left because I'm like, oh, I'm in the top right, and
Yeah,
then
I
I'm
do
like
that.
completely in the wrong spot.
I was really worried you guys were going to say that you didn't have that. And I'd be like, yeah, me neither. I don't. That was a joke, guys. Get with it.
I'm not an idiot.
Yeah. Nobody does that. So, no 9 pool this time.
He's gonna cheese some other way.
Well, we're seeing the pylons got by Snow, so I'm gonna be assuming he will be putting down the forge after that first scout fails. And if he finds out SoulKey goes for 12 hatchery, I have a feeling he will be going for something like a Bisu cannon rush at the behind of the mineral line.
Yeah, this is going to be very. Can you cannon rush on this spot? I don't do forge first on this map.
Oh, I think you can. You can put down those pylon bottom of the Vespene Geyser, and there's a tiny spot that you can actually fit 2 cannons, I believe.
Wow.
First 2
sounds
games we
really
got
fun.
zealots behind the mineral lines. Now we're gonna have cannons and
Yeah, man.
pylons
Old
behind the
Snow
mineral lines.
behind the
Oh,
minerals.
he's going
IR
behind
over
on the
here.
mineral line. He's
Let's
putting down the
go!
pylon.
Let's go! And you send the second probe in as backup. You little double dragon, probe play over here.
Double dragon.
He's like, oh, I better stop you from. I don't think so.
Well, we gotta take a look at how well SoulKey can actually jump over the mineral field.
Yeah, he's going to try to glitch one over.
Or is he just going to kill the pylon?
I don't think
It's a
there's
StarCraft 1 pylon. It's
It
There's a
doesn't
reason
die.
why we didn't have Artosis pylons in StarCraft 1. Was like, it's almost always better to like attack the gateway or something else. And here's the thing: if he kills the pylon,
Wait,
no regret.
Look how fast those drones are attacking the pylon.
Wait, no, but he's going to make another pylon if he does it
Is
perfectly.
there 2 stuck on the inside too?
No!
He's not perfect.
Looked like there were 2 like kind of glitched towards the inside of the pylon. So I don't
Might
know if
be
you
right.
can actually throw
This
it
is
down.
incredible.
Well, he's
Well, let's see how
Oh
many
yeah,
drones
get the
he's
one
actually
farthest
getting.
away, cannon. This looks like my games right now.
wow.
Well,
That was pretty well defended.
click on the screaming bird.
Too late.
Damn it.
Screaming Bird is gone. So this is really bad for the Protoss. Like even the cannon doesn't have to kill the hatchery, but it does have to finish and kill the drones and kind of start a bunch of damage. Keep in mind the drones weren't mining, right? So there's
To
that.
me, I think this is a much favor towards the Protoss because SoulKey knew this was a cannon rush, but he made more than 6 Zergling in the early stage of the game instead of making more drone after defending the cannon rush. So I think SoulKey is slightly behind in this type of game style.
You just said SoulKey's behind right now?
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna
Is
be
that true?
My
I don't
brain
know.
just like stopped listening. I'm sorry.
Well, he did lose a couple of drones. He lost mining time, and he afforded those larvae for making 8 Zergling in the early stage of the game when he knows there's no Zealot out of the map.
Yeah,
So-
that's true.
Yeah,
You don't need
yeah,
that
yeah.
many.
If
I
you-
think you might be right.
If he was going to defend the cannon rush with his drones, he didn't have to build the
right,
zerglings,
yeah,
which
it's
is
true.
where his advantage would have been, right?
Did he think there was like a gateway
No.
also being made and like rallying across?
no, the rush is super straightforward. You
Okay.
just try to like stop that cannon
He
from
was
getting up.
probably not that confident he was actually going to break it with his like 5 or 6 drones.
He
Yeah.
like saw the first two die. He was like, oh crap, wait a minute.
Well, the thing is, right when the cannon dies, if you do it like in the same second or like millisecond, you could start another
Yeah,
pylon.
yeah.
So like he has to like just hope that he like can
right.
get in there a little bit quicker, and then he did, and it's like, oh, all right, but
I guess we're good.
yeah,
Yeah, I think Snow is having such a big advantage in this type of game because we can see SoulKey does not have any gas yet. He just started morphing the extractor, and there's no other tech. Okay, he did put down another hatchery at the natural, so this is 4 hatchery into gas. This is kind of like the old school style, isn't it? Like you
Yeah,
put down
yeah.
the 4 hatchery first and then extractor.
yeah. It seems like kind of the very passive way to play the game, to just try to get up all the stuff expansion wise, and you can do that if you stop the cannon rush. Like the thing about Forge first, I mean it's obvious, but I'm going to say it, like you don't have any attacking units early, you just have buildings. So like if they're not going to cannon rush you, you're just like, all right, I can just do whatever I want on the map. I think it's why the gateway opening has become more popular lately, is you get to engage with them a little bit more. And then you have the moments like this where now the first zealot's out on the map. It's much later, but as long as the Zerg is being diligent, you're going to just be able to deal with it no problem. So, did he not get a Stargate?
Well, I think he
No.
skipped it.
But but he got 2 gases. That's kind of funny.
Is he gonna go DT?
Oh, he might not mine the gas.
Oh, is it a
Yeah.
fake?
I think it's like I don't know. I actually don't know what it is. It looks kind of funny,
I have a feeling he might just gonna straightforward go for the double forge build where you go for 2-1 upgrade and a 3-2 upgrade immediately.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, that makes sense if he just wants to try to like wait and power up. That's actually, it seems like a lot of times a good way to play the game when you like completely screw up, is to just like play back and power up.
I'm amazed that those zealots got a drone. I was so sure they were gonna die to those lings before, but they somehow got out.
StarCraft 1 zealots are really different from StarCraft 2 zealots. Like they just,
So what's the difference? Is it much stronger?
I think
Tell
StarCraft
us,
1
Stasis.
zealots are much better, I would say. Like StarCraft 2 zealots are like these like sponge guys. They're
Wait,
just little
I
sponge.
feel like all the Terran
What's
StarCraft 2
better
players
to
would be
defend
disagreeing with you
Zergling
right
in
now as they see a
StarCraft 2?
wave of charge slots swarming their entire army. They're trying to kite
No, that's
back
pretty
endlessly.
good. But I mean, if you watch, one speed zealot in StarCraft 1
Yeah,
just
yeah,
drag
yeah.
a bunch of mines into
True.
vultures and tanks and
That
blow
is-
it up, and then Artosis turns his stream off.
Really, the saddest unit is the Zergling in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, that's a sadder unit.
It's
It's
really
got
sad.
wings, which I wasn't a fan of. I was one of the people that was outraged by lings with wings.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's quite a lot of Zerglings are about to move out, and it's surrounding one of those 2 Zerglings, and now, so Snow needs to be careful. He does not open up that entrance at the natural.
What's wrong with winged lings?
Winged lings?
They just don't look good, or what?
Yeah, I don't think that the Zerglings should have wings. I don't know.
They don't need to run faster just with their legs. They,
But
you don't
have
like that
you
they
seen
have to
the
be
animation?
changed.
They kind of like jump up and like fly a little
They
bit.
kind of
Yeah.
glide, yeah. No, it's
They're like
super cool. No, you
insects.
guys convinced me. It's awesome, dude.
That was easy. Wow,
Yeah.
holy crap.
No, you're right. Yeah, they jump and glide a little. You know what? No, I'm doing a 180. You guys sold me.
Also, metabolic boost, right?
Yeah.
Why do they call it that if they have wings now?
Well, they lost weight. I mean, they're skinnier now.
But they grew wings. Did they
Yeah.
lose weight by growing wings?
They lose weight by moving so quickly. They're burning all their little Zerg fat. They've got little Zerg beach bodies.
Zerg beach bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Are the wings made out of fat, maybe? You know?
Maybe the wings
I'm
help
not
digest.
I'm not a scientist, but I think no. No, I think
I just love how in this game they have like the little like claws. Like if you zoom in really close, you can see the crazy little like doll finger like claws.
Oh
on
yeah,
them.
the Zergling hands. We'll take a look
Yeah.
at that in a second. We'll have Ziggy zoom in when we can. I think that this is a mistake. Oh no, wait until they're not moving. Wait until they're not moving.
Hey, there's that DT.
It's the same DT from the other
He's
game
back.
too. He's back.
Is
He's
this,
back.
is this observer brother around or what?
He's coming, dude. That's the younger brother. We gotta wait for him to come out.
That DT is doing some work. Has 7 kills so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty passive game. Good snipe there.
That was nice.
Is that pylon blocking the Nexus?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
I think Snow's that bad. Jeez.
I mean, I've made that mistake.
It happens to everybody, man.
Yeah.
Occasionally it happens in a pro game where you're like, I can't believe this is the game I play every day, all day.
No,
and
I
I've done-
cannot put my comms station because I misplaced my missile turret.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes that ever happens.
Dude, I saw someone get eBay blocked, and then they put a pylon down to expand, but then they also blocked their own Nexus with their pylon, so they couldn't. They had to expand to their third.
Ooh.
That's a really fast gun switch, what I'm seeing.
Yeah. I guess this sort of makes sense if you're just going to take a third and not attack at all. Did he get 2 forges?
I would like to see if he has double forge. Never mind.
No, I guess not. Let's get a zoom in on those Ling hands. Let's look at this nightmare.
Let's return to the more important
All right,
matters
zoom
here.
in, zoom in. Oh, my
those
God.
hands,
Look
like-
at their arms.
That's way worse than the wings. Come on.
It's just
Yeah,
like
look at
human
him.
arms coming out.
It literally is.
I would,
Oh, Storm.
The wings look way better now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was like.
Yeah, I'm
Kinda
like, no,
quick
I like
dodge
the Zerglings that had teenager arms better.
So what would Artosis call a Psy Storm? What does he call it?
He says
when he
Psy
shortens
Storm.
it?
He says
He says
Psy
Psy
Storm
Storm?
instead of just Storm.
Also, I find it interesting. Sometimes he says Goliath, and sometimes he says.
Yeah.
Goals.
I just
Yeah,
like when he
gold.
says
Some-
gold to me, like I'm going to know immediately.
Yeah,
that-
like goal.
But, like,
Let's get all these goals.
I just want to know
goals.
that
Goals.
you would think if he uses like a short name, he would always use it.
Yeah.
right? Like where's the idea where it's like, oh yeah, now
Doesn't
I
he
don't need
also
to
do it
save
with
time.
Valkyries too? He says Volks, but sometimes he also says Valkyrie.
And sometimes he says Valks, I think. Too.
Does he with Valks?
Valks.
Some Valks. Let's get some
Valks.
Valks out here.
Is that how he sounds?
Yeah, it was uncanny. You actually became him for a second. That was some real method acting in this cast. So, I think for the first time in this series, we actually see Snow in a healthy position in this game. Does not mean that SoulKey's in a bad spot, but like Protoss wants to, if they're not going to try to kill them with a push early, you need 4 bases.
Yeah, definitely not as tight. You know, he's not really contained or anything. So
Does SoulKey already have the armor 1 carapace?
Let's see. Let's zoom in on those
Oh
hands
yeah,
again,
he
too.
does. No wonder why Zerglings weren't dying to those.
Do the
Zala-
Hydras have human arms too?
No, they look perfectly fine.
They're like buff as shit.
They're all like holding each other. We're Zerglings. So, you know,
that flank was cool.
where'd that come from?
That was sick looking.
he's got like one Zergling.
Yeah,
but
that was way less
looked
cool.
cool.
It said
yeah,
looked
but
like
that was
it
a style point, okay?
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
skateboarding, you know? like-
Yeah.
That's a really, really fast hive tech right I'm seeing, and he has triple evolution chamber. And it looks like this is going to be a late game transition from what I'm seeing.
Maybe some of those Evos are used for Vipers though.
Dude, it's going to be Dark Swarm, and it's going to be painful. The problem with this map, by the way, is it feels like any base that Zerg takes is pretty good because you can turtle at it. All the bases, with the exception of the naturals, are on high ground, too. It's like it's hard to fire up there with Dragoons. And if you do take a natural, that's also good because you can turtle there and then take the other mains. So, like, it's going to be interesting to watch Snow try to control the map.
Yet another Zealot's found its way
That's how
behind
you
the
do
mineral
it, man.
line. It's gonna kill another link.
So
Yeah,
full
those
Zerglings around.
Zerglings are very powerful. It already has the adrenaline upgrade. And I don't think Snow has +2 attack weapon upgrade. Does he have?
I don't know. Don't a lot of people go armor +2 now, it seems like? Or maybe not.
Yeah, you are supposed to be rushing for the armor to upgrade against the lair tech unit, like a mass Hydra and Lurker. But if Zerg ever goes for hive tech, then you kind of want to rush for +2 weapon upgrade to take those Zerglings and Lurkers really, really fast.
Does Adrenal change the appearance of a Zergling?
No.
No, I don't
No,
think
well, just
so.
when they're attacking. Or they're like,
Do they make that noise?
absolutely. If you zoom in close enough, you hear it. Yeah. Got to be careful with these links. Sometimes you get really good storm opportunities. Ooh.
Was that
That was not worth.
was
but
that
he got
worth
one.
it? Like
No,
you got
no.
one Templar
I think that
for
was
like
a
20
mistake.
lings.
Yeah.
That didn't look.
He was
Oh, no,
great.
that's worth it to get one Templar. Seriously, the storm is so good. I mean,
Oh,
it would have
really?
been better if he hadn't lost maybe
Like
a little bit
25
less.
lings.
That looks so crazy coming from StarCraft 2. You see them just literally int like a bunch of crap for 1 unit. It's like that
But
doesn't
StarCraft 1
feel
Storm,
right.
I think, is better than StarCraft 2 Storm.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
like lasts longer, and the
Does
game
more
is the
damage.
game is buggier, so it's like harder to get stuff out
so
of it.
literally
So like,
anything that isn't better in Brood War, though? Like everything is better, period. Across the
I mean,
board.
stronger, right? The units are all stronger. I think
Yeah.
so. I'm trying to think. Is there a unit? Medevac is definitely better in StarCraft 2 than the dropship.
But those aren't the
That-
same
that's-
units.
that's
Like,
not
you
exactly
put me on
Those
the
aren't the
spot,
same units,
and I
though.
kind of judo flipped you, didn't I?
Those aren't
Didn't-
the same.
You thought you had Tase's cornered, huh? Let me tell you something. No regret. You're dealing with an outlaw caster over here.
Are Medivac's dropships, are they the same?
Yes, they are.
It's the same unit. But
It's a dropship that
changed.
heals that has a
Yeah,
boost.
yeah. Yeah, Medivac's are
Yeah, what else
definitely-
is in StarCraft 2 is stronger than StarCraft 1? Definitely not the siege tank.
Well, Marines aren't they? Well, they
Marines
have
in a-
55. hit
Marines in not.
Marines
Sorry,
Yeah,
are
Matt.
Marines
matchup.
are better.
No, but that's because of the Medivac again. That's the same unit.
Yeah.
I don't think a ball of Marines is anywhere near as good as a
I
ball
guess
of
a
Yeah,
Broodlord's
for
better
Brood
than a
War.
Guardian.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a couple.
Those are
Broodlord.
not the same units either.
It's essentially the same.
guys keep- you guys keep doing
Let me
this
tell you
thing.
something. When they were making the
The
Broodlord,
Guardians
they had
show
artwork
up.
of the Guardian all over the Blizzard offices. I'm confident. By the way, Zerg on 5 base, Protoss on 5 base. They're both going to have to try to figure out how to. I don't know if we're going to have a split map, but man, would that be cool if we did.
Well, we are seeing the drop upgrade being completed by SoulKey here, so that's going to be a lot of Zergling drop.
Wasn't Artosis the one saying the people that upgrade
Yes, he
Overlord
was.
drop is or
Yeah,
was
he doesn't
saying
know
that.
about this matchup, though, I think. This matchup, the drop is good. I think PV against Terran, I don't think drop is that common, though.
Are Devourers
Oh my god, he's just
corruptors?
going completely away from him as
Oh,
he's
that
coming
must
in
be the
here. This feels like
Darkspawn.
an anti-timing a little bit.
Yeah.
But the orange cloud prevails.
Yeah, the orange cloud is pretty good. So,
Are we gonna get Reavers for this?
I think, yeah,
Eventually?
you nailed it. Yeah, I think you got to start to tech into Reavers.
Oh my god, this drop has just been not seen at all. Holy crap.
Oh, no.
There's a storm waiting there.
That's a lot
though.
of cannons,
It's a lot of cannons.
If he can get his army up here in time, the thing is, these are going to be adrenalings, so, like,
Yeah.
these buildings will die as fast as when StarCraft 2 Terrans drop Protosses in their base, where, like, the buildings just explode like
Oh, the
balloons.
storm on top of everything. Oh my god, the
Oh.
second storm on top of everything. But the
Oh.
orange cloud.
The orange cloud with the Reavers inside.
Uh-oh.
No one knows what's happening in the cloud,
dude, all
and
the
we're going to
probes.
find out in a second.
Is there, I hear lurkers. I want them to go on
Where's
the
the
probes.
obs?
The
Oh, there he
Defilers
comes.
The Defilers outside of the
The
cloud.
twin brothers.
Oh, he got no-scoped by the Reaver. Okay, this
Well,
is actually okay.
This feels fine, right? The base didn't die. The
Yeah.
probes are all alive still. I was really waiting for the lurkers to like switch to targets right on that giant stack of probes and see every single one die.
So, that, I mean, that was held pretty easily. Again, though, the Lings are pretty expendable, right? There is a base being taken at the top right side of the screen as well, which we should note. So, this is getting a little bit scary.
Well, we can see how well SoulKey is drawing the attention at the 12 o'clock expansion, but at the same time, he will be
Oh.
attacking both expansion at the same time. And this mineral expansion, gotta use those storms on the dark inside of the Darkstorm to kill those lurker.
Oh,
Ooh, that was
dude,
a
he's
nice storm.
holding every one of these attacks. It looks like it's going to cost him the game, but he fends it off.
Damn.
He's gaming, dude.
He is a gamer.
He's a gamer,
He is gaming. This gamer.
Nidus Canal is going up.
Oh, he's going to put this at the top right base.
Right.
I could be wrong, but I always feel like it's kind of hard, especially cross positions, for the Protoss to control both sides of the map.
Rip.
So is a Scourge a Baneling?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't do splash, right?
No.
Yeah.
Dude, if it did splash,
That would be crazy.
it just completely ruins
Well, I
Zerg for
guess
Zerg. We're like, I don't know.
Insane.
You can go mute us until Scourge come out. By the way, they're the same tech building.
But I guess Baneling can be comparable with the Infested Terran.
Yeah,
True.
Baneling's infested Terran.
Yeah, they're
And
free as well.
Devour is
Same
Corruptor? Is that what we're saying?
thing.
Huh?
Devourer?
Is a corruptor? No. I don't
Devourer is a corruptor. What?
What, isn't a
I don't-
Guardian?
Oh, for a second, I was thinking Devour. I thought Defiler, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
No.
No, yeah, I guess so, yeah. Devour is pretty bad, though, I think, compared to the other units in the game.
ask every Zerg player in StarCraft 2, they'll say the same thing about the Corruptor.
Exactly.
Even
Trash
though it's
unit.
not true.
Trash
All right.
unit.
Getting on top of the high ground, it's going to be kind of awkward to get back up to, but there's a lot of observers. He's going to flank him kind of with an Archon and some Zealot rallies. See if he can get on top of this. He's getting really choked up at the
the
bottom.
first flank just died.
Yeah,
so.
he got really
those
choked up at the bottom there.
flanks.
Oh, the storms on the lurkers, though. Yikes.
That's a beautiful storms on those three lurkers, and I mean losing that mineral expansion, that's gonna be hurting Snow a lot.
No, there's one more still right there.
Yeah.
2, actually. Nice. So we'll be able to clear it up. That Scourge is trying to find that shuttle so hard.
Get out of there! Oh my God! He got him.
He could have kept going.
He gave up. He gave up on life.
Do robots have lives?
Yes.
Yeah.
Robot lives
Ask
matter.
any Reaver.
I
Yeah.
want to see some
Robot lives
storm drop
matter.
from
All
Snow,
lives.
but I'm not seeing any of the storm drop. He's just been using those shuttle Reaper to defend all those kind of harassment that SoulKey is doing, but he hasn't done any harassment from Snow.
Zick is
Okay.
really proud of that that mini map disappearing.
Yeah,
Are
it's
those
good.
loaded, or is that a fake one?
I think it's real. Can we click on one of the individual overlords? Do we get to see what's inside?
No, this is
Oh,
not
Brood
Oh,
War
real.
is
it's
not,
Brood
does not have that
War.
technology.
Just Brood War things.
Lack of technology. Sometimes I want to see some like a custom skin for Brood War,
Yeah.
like how they can have a custom skin in StarCraft 2, but not in Brood War. I think they have the ability to have that feature, but they haven't done it yet.
Make
Yeah,
the
that'd be
links have
fun.
human legs instead of human arms.
Yeah. Make the Zerglings have actual Zerg arms instead of human arms. How about that one? So, I mean, Snow's. I'm getting worried for the guy because he's kind of in recovery mode here. It's
Yeah, SoulKey's insane. I mean,
Yeah,
he does have
he's
a lot
too
of
big.
supply.
and getting these 2 top right bases is sort of a death sentence here.
Plague on those guns.
I mean,
Nice storms. Nice storms.
Nice.
Yeah, not bad.
Pretty good. I'm waiting for that drop to happen at the bottom. Nothing's going on with it. Maybe there isn't any actually units in there. But it doesn't feel like this army in the middle is that big. Okay, there we go.
my God.
That
That is a
explains
lot
some of that.
Zerglings.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, Snow is like kind of, like you said, in recovery mode. It looks like he's trying to set up those bases he lost a little bit. He's kind of staying on this. Is this like the end unit comp that you're looking for? Or like I know you like
Yeah,
to go
this
like
is
Dark
it.
Archons and stuff like that.
I
Is
like
that
Dark
usually-
Archons, but I did.
Does that happen ever in pros game?
So I feel like the Dark Archon is better if like, you're trying to like Maelstrom mutas. I
Right.
think it could be done like you could feedback it to Filer, but the weird thing with Brood War is that like everything is kind of mechanically challenging to do, and so you know
Ooh.
you have all these abilities you're trying to cast at once. So Snow's moving out. He's got 3/3, right?
That felt pretty good.
3/3, or no, sorry, 3/2 with
3-2-1.
shields coming here. 3/2-1
That's
0
2-1-1.
-1. Yeah.
And what is the Zerg's upgrade? 333?
We need Artosis. I can't count.
Yeah,
so.
we these numbers are too difficult, man.
Can we click on any Zerg unit? 3/3. Can we click on a Ling and see? 3/3.
Wow.
So there's still a little bit more of a hill to climb here for the upgrades. And I think that one of the best things a Zerg can do is just litter the maps. Uh-oh.
Toridas.
Oh, here we
That
go.
was great. Can we get
He's
another
like,
one?
oh, that's too bad. You have an Overlord there. My strat didn't work.
You have the most basic unit ever.
Yeah.
Crap.
Oh, looks like you have one of your supply depots there. so I'll turn around.
Oh my God, the storms on all
Oh
of
my
that is
God. Look at
insane.
that
Holy
Zerg
crap.
rush.
I mean, there's still so much Zerg, though. I mean, you can't possibly defend that with only reinforcements right
Oh,
now.
no,
But
he's
all the
gonna catch
lurkers
this?
can possibly get caught. Oh, get him,
Oh,
get him.
Reavers. I think that
Yeah,
if you look
you-
at the mini map, like if we zoom out, it's like there's just stuff coming from every possible angle here. And even though I think the Protoss is doing an okay job, I just don't know how many more
This-
Ling waves you can survive.
So
Right.
many Zerglings. I would be such a way better Brood War player. Honestly.
You have to use more than one control group, so unfortunately not.
Well.
Maybe not.
But Zerglings, man. They're so good.
I like how his he's got units just like sitting idle like everywhere. He's like doesn't.
Oh, it's too bad.
That hurts.
Was that just a bunch of idle drones there, I guess? GG, okay.
Doesn't even have to mine and he wins.
Another 3-0.
Damn.
One-sided games for the Brood War matches. Okay. Well, there you have it, guys. I can't believe that was as one-sided as it was. But you can see SoulKey really completely and totally in control of that matchup. And I think in that last game, it's good that we got to see, Snow managed to get into like late game and take some bases. But it's tough cross spawns, man. Once they get another main, you're in trouble.
Nice.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that? It's your turn to say something.
It was a Protoss versus Zerg.
Lots of Zerglings.
Very, very true. Unless we're going to take a short break here, guys, and figure out what's coming up next. I got to check our schedule. Sorry, what?
You're doing an interview?
Oh, interview. Thank you. Sorry, I totally spaced out. Yeah, we're going to get SoulKey over here for an interview.
Do we have to switch out for that? Or?
Yes. I will switch out. I have no good
Oh,
questions.
man.
I
You
promise
jumped
Yeah.
on that one.
I
Damn.
have none.
I'm trying to think of questions now, too. Normally, I'd throw this to Artosis, man.
Did you expect to, bop someone that hard? I don't know.
So he'll be coming over here shortly, and we'll be seeing how he feels. Yeah, so let's see here. In game 1, how did game 1 end exactly? I know game 2 was the 9 pool, right?
There were lings on the base.
That's right.
And then
Game
the
one was
white
the
zealots
lurker
walked past,
contain.
but it didn't work.
That's right. It's you. Yeah, man. Unless, if you don't mind. Thanks, Kurt. Sorry. We got Banana Soup here, translated for the ASL. First of all, SoulKey, congratulations on winning. Go ahead.
일단 이번 경기 승리 축하드립니다. 네.
So were you? It was a 3-0. It was extremely one-sided. Were you expecting to win that easily, and was it actually that easy for him to beat him back there?
오늘 경기 이렇게 흘릴 건지 예상하셨는지 그리고 실제로 이렇게 결과 나왔을 때 어떻게 느끼셨는지.
3대 0은 좀 예상 못했고요. 그냥 사실 이 경기에서 약간 맵이 좀 안 좋으니까 불리하니까 좀 올인 한번 구드론 한번 해봤거든요. 근데 좀 잘 통했던 것 같아요.
So he was not expecting a 3-0 by any chance, but the second game he was actually down a little bit. So he actually just said he should go for an all-in. So that's why he went for 9 drones, and luckily it worked out. So
I have a question about that, because I feel like we don't normally see like the 9 drone build, like 9 pull speed for the people watching at home. Is that a good build to use in pro games? I feel like sometimes we see that on some ladder games, but why did he choose to go for that opening?
두 번째 게임 얘기하는데 실제로 랭크 게임에서는 레더 게임에서 잘 보이는 거긴 하지만 프로 게임에서 이게 구드론이 먹히는 경우가 실제로 이번에 있는 건가요, 하고서?
좀 운이 좀 따라줘야 먹히는 거거든요. 좀 방금 게임 같이 이제 토스가 두 번째 서치를 했을 때 그러면 좀 통할 가능성이 있어요.
Basically he's saying if the opponent, you need to have a little bit of luck, but basically if the opponent scout more than once, like scouted late, basically, it becomes more possible for the Zerg player to actually go for the all-in and win the game.
Looking at game 3 back there, which I think was probably Snow's best performance in the series, what do you think he could have done to actually win that game? Or is it just very difficult for Protoss to beat Zerg and cross spawns on Polypoid?
그 세 번째 경기에서 이제 폴리포이드에서 경기를 하셨는데 이게 프로토스가 이제 아까 전에 what was it again? Photon rush.
No. On Polypoid, the long game, there've been cross spawns, so they're on opposite sides of the map. Is Protoss weak versus Zerg in late game on that?
이제 그 폴리포이드에서 아예 반대편에서 게임이 시작됐잖아요. 그런 경우에서 기본적으로 저그가 좀 더 유리하다고 하시나요?
뭐 빌드에 따라 좀 다르다고 생각을 하는데 방금처럼 이제 캐논 로시를 그렇게 막았을 때는 저가 좀 유리했다고 생각을 해요.
So basically, it really depends on how you played it out. But basically, in that specific situation, the Snow went for the photon rush, and then SoulKey successfully defended it, and it has let him having basically an edge over the overall game.
Makes sense.
The game.
You're going to be going up against Light in the finals. Obviously, Light just won ASL. He won in an extremely one-sided fashion, 4-0. What does SoulKey thinks his chances are going to be in that?
그래서 이제 라이트님, 그러니까 이재호님과 이렇게 만나게 되는데 그 아까 전 경기와 비슷하게 이게 3대 0으로 끝나셨잖아요. 해고서 그러면은 이제 그 결승에서 이렇게 만나게 되는데 어떻게 생각하시나요?
저는 좀 쉽게 이긴 것 같거든요.
아.
재호 형은 좀 힘들게 이긴 것 같으니까 결승에서 제가 좀 압도적으로 이겨보도록 하겠습니다.
알겠습니다. So basically he's saying while both his game and Light's game went to a 3-0, but for him it was an easy time. But for Light, it might have been a little bit harder. So, so for next day, he's thinking he will have an easier time compared.
Awesome, man. Well, SoulKey, thank you so much for the interview. Best of luck to you in the finals of the first Tasteless LAN party. Guys, before we go, we're still trying to raise money for our Nintendo 64 match. We've got it plugged in here, StarCraft 64. We're almost halfway there. We're going to have a little break. We got to let the players get their equipment plugged in. We're going to be switching over to StarCraft 2, but we'll be back in a little bit. We'll see you soon. Is he going to go for it? Here we go.